Yo! Ah! I'm hit! I'm hit!
That's fucking combat. The man in the black pajamas, dude.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't combat. This is VETTV. And thank fuck we're just acting this shit out. And to make sure our shit looks convincing, we're gonna compare some real-life combat footage along with some VETTV combat footage and discuss the do's and don'ts for how to be the most convincing-looking soldier on the battlefield. Well, on the set, that is. Now let's start out with some basics. Trigger discipline, or keeping your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Now let's take a look at this guy. He's running around, he's hot, he's tired. Still, finger straight and off the trigger. Look at this guy. This guy's getting shot at. I mean, his life is flashing before his eyes. Doesn't matter, still. Trigger discipline. So let's take a look at his buddy. He's killing people right now, but when he's done, weapon on safe, trigger discipline.
Hey, tell him to put it on safe while we run.
Now let's talk about how to act out a convincing gunshot. We'll start with handguns. Now, it may not look all that bad at first glance, but when you really zoom in, this guy's finger's not even on the trigger. It doesn't look like he's shooting it. There's really no intensity. There's no real body movement, no emotion involved. You got this guy, same thing. Finger is barely even on the trigger. He's not squeezing the trigger. It's not very intense. There's little body movement. No. Now here's a scene from Recruiter's Mission First. They're using the same type of handgun as in the other scene, but these actors seem to do something a little bit different. Now granted, they have the type of airsoft guns that require the actor to pull the trigger to get the blowback action, but look at this guy. This guy gets it. You see him? He's pulling the trigger. He looks scary. He looks fucking scary. He looks like he's trying to shoot a bunch of high schoolers. He's got emotion, he's got the body movement and the intensity. Be like him. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Now here's a guy shooting a real handgun at the shooting range. You can see how the recoil reacts. There's really a small explosion inside the gun that's making it jerk back like that. Now if you're like me, it's not the first time you've had something explode in between a tight grip. And all masturbation jokes aside, you really just gotta flick the wrist. Really all of the movement is right there in the hand and wrist area, minus some of the recoil going through your muscles. So when we talk about what to look for with good handgun acting, we're gonna want more of this and less of this. Now let's move on to something at least a little bit more exciting. I'm talking about motherfucking assault rifles. Now here's some VETTV footage of actors shooting assault rifles. And here's some real combat footage. Some VETTV footage. Real combat. Not sure. And some real combat. Now here's some real dudes getting shot at and returning fire. Typically you just pull your rifle up and you just start slinging lead in the same direction that everyone else is. But with VETTV, rifles like these are probably going to be the most common ones. So let's get into it. Let's talk about recoil. The recoil on weapons like these go back into the gun, not up. A lot of people like to raise the barrel up when they shoot, unless you have a weak ass grip on the rifle, which you shouldn't anyway. Really all you gotta do is just jerk the thing off. Just pull it back into your shoulder, all nice and quick like. These guys actually do it pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on to muzzle awareness, or basically where is your barrel pointing at any given time. Now your scope may be up here, but your barrel is several inches lower, and so at close range a lot of times they do not match up. Here's a real life example. His scope probably actually sees the target downrange, but for the most part his barrel is low enough that it's just going to hit the dirt. But don't worry, he fixes himself and moves on.
Hey, cover!
Yeah, that's like your entire magazine into the dirt. You might want to reload. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. Got it. Oh boy, what is that? What does this guy have? Is that a Machine gun? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just look at it. Just look at it do its thing. God damn. Fucking machine guns, am I right? These are really not that hard to simulate. You really just gotta jiggle it. Just shake it back and forth. Just jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Now here's one of our guys shooting the M240 in a grunt's life. It's actually pretty good. He's got the jiggling in there. He knows how to jiggle it. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. It looks pretty good. It's actually just about perfect. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Hold on a second. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Why is your finger not on the trigger when you're pulling it? He literally takes his finger off the trigger and then pulls a burst? No. Fuck no. What are you doing?
No! Sir! Why'd you do that?
Yeah, I just can't anymore. So, let's go ahead and just, grenade launchers.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right in the murder hole.
We really don't use a whole lot of grenade launchers in our shows, but when we do, we fucked it up. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of that footage and break it down a little bit, break it down a little bit, break it down a little bit. Here it is in a grunt's life. Here's this guy off to the left. That's not how you do it, because again, the recoil in this thing will go straight back into the rifle, not up. He goes up with it, which is just not right.